Hello to all traders and welcome back to another market review brought to you by Orbex. So we're looking at indices today after they seem to be shrugging off the conflict that's been happening in the Middle East recently, and they've actually jumped a couple of sessions higher than what a lot of economists were really looking at the moment. We've got the Dow, the S&P and the Nasdaq really hitting 2-week highs currently. So with the earnings season just around the corner, we're really seeing a bit of a pickup now. Is it a bit more optimism? Is it more of a case of just the fact that the market has priced in these big moves at the moment, and now we're seeing a rebound on these indices, whereas the S&P and the Dow specifically were expected to drop a bit lower after this continued sell-off from the beginning of the year. But it's looking likely that we might see more of a move to the upside now, a fresh rebound in price action, and we'll see if the high impact news events that are coming this week. Obviously the conflict is supposed to get a little bit worse naturally, so we'll see if that has any effect on the American markets and also on gold and oil as well, if we're going to see an uptick in those particular instruments. So keep an eye out on the charts and obviously the big high impact news events that you'll see in the news as well. So let's just get straight into the charts. So we're seeing the Dow at the moment. As I said, it's picked up a few from last week actually. Nice bullish candlesticks here. The only thing that I'm seeing at the moment is the fact that we saw this bullish divergence on the RSI, and this has seen a slight pickup. It's a long-term bullish divergence. I have it on the daily chart. However, it was always coming that we might have a slight pickup, especially if we had very firm support at the last swing low, which is roughly the middle of the 32,000 area. Now we're picking up towards the middle of the 33,000 area and having some kind of confirmation towards 34,000. So this will be a very big psychological move for the Dow if it does come into place. So just keep an eye out for the earnings seasons and what is going to be in store for the companies that make up these indices. This will be a big mover, a big driver in that respect as well. On the 4-hour chart, we're just seeing now that price action, as I said, just kind of ticking higher, but I'm just keeping an eye out on this particular area here, because if we do break this last intraday psychological swing high, then price action could easily start moving towards 34,000 in no time. We've got FOMC minutes tomorrow as well to give us a direction on when the Fed is going for the next interest rate hike on the 1st of November. So this is going to be a big move in the market if we have any kind of hawkish stance again from Fed Chair Jerome Powell or any of the Federal Reserve board members as well. So as I said, keep an eye out for that, because it could be very, very big for the price movement as well. Let's just look on the S&P. Similar story to the S&P. As you can see here from the back end of last week, we had this momentous shift in price action, and now we're seeing that we're moving away from the 4,000 area. A lot of economists were thinking that we will start diving towards 4,000. It was going to be a move back down, and that would be the last double bottom that we had here. This was at the beginning of May. That doesn't seem likely anymore. We're seeing a bit of a pickup, and we're looking likely that we will close this particular gap that we saw a couple of weeks ago. So if we do, it wasn't really so much of a runaway gap here that we saw, and price action is now having a nice V-shaped recovery to the upside. So this is what we're going to be looking at to see if we can cover that gap and then have this V-shaped recovery back towards the 4,500 handle. So this will be very, very nice if that could happen for bulls especially. And let's just have a look on the 4-hour chart. Similar to the Dow, we're just waiting to see if there's going to be any bullish divergences, any strong bullish divergences to start moving to the upside as well. Let's just remove these drawings so it's a bit easier to see. So just as I said from the beginning of the video, these geopolitical tensions, just keep an eye out for that. Obviously, things are going to escalate most probably. We might see a shift in gold and oil, especially, and silver. The metal market's really, really fluctuating at the moment, and indices looking likely that they're going to start picking up a little bit more. But just keep an eye out if there's a limit that we've seen in the movement towards 4,300, 4,400. This is what's going to be the next signal for us especially. So we'll bring you all the latest if there's any big movements in the market on our Telegram channel, and we'll post this video on our YouTube channel. If you like to comment, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So have a great trading day ahead, and until next time, bye for now.